Now to that major breaking development in the massive manhunt for the assassin who gunned down conservative activist Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah.
Authorities say there are rapid developments in the case. The FBI has now released pictures of a person of interest and is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Authorities say the person blended in with the college campus scene and managed to gain access to a rooftop. They say a high-powered rifle was found in the woods nearby.
Charlie Kirk was shot dead during his event at Utah Valley University yesterday. Kirk was a major figure in the conservative young voter movement to re-elect President Donald Trump. Kirk was 31 years old, leaving behind a wife and 2 young children.
And tonight, new video of what authorities believe is the shooter perched on a roof above the college campus. We begin our coverage now with Matt Gelka.
Speaking at a 9/11 remembrance event at the Pentagon, the president started by addressing the shooting death of political activist Charlie Kirk.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Kirk, whose conservative Turning Point USA organization has helped Republicans connect with young people, was close with a number of GOP members on Capitol Hill and in the White House.
People will simply disagree with him, not because he made laws, because they didn't agree with his point of view. And that was enough to assassinate him, regardless if you're Republican or Democrat, because both sides have added to the temperature of the political environment. It's time to reset and say, okay, guys, there's a better way to do this.
The rise in political violence has led members of Congress to question their own safety. House Speaker Mike Johnson says they're reviewing all of their options.
We've got to protect people who run for public office, or no one will. And that's heavy on our hearts and minds as we also, work through the trauma of what happened.
Vice President J.D. Vance posted a very personal message on X about his history and friendship with Kirk, before ending with, "You ran a good race, my friend. We've got it from here." Vance and his wife flew to Utah to visit with Kirk's family Thursday. The president blamed rhetoric from the left for what happened to Kirk, but the condemnation of his murder has been bipartisan.
This is a time that all Americans should come together and feel and mourn what happened. Violence, which affects so many different people of so many different political persuasions, is an affliction of America. And coming together is what we ought to be doing.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., while posting about Kirk's death, seemed to reference his own father, who was a victim of a political assassination, writing in part, "Once again, a bullet has silenced the most eloquent truth teller of an era." Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
Charlie Kirk spent his entire adult life trying to rally young voters to the Republican Party.
His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever.
He prided himself on giving critics the opportunity to debate him.
Constitutional rights apply to everyone within the United States' jurisdiction.
To a limited extent. Will you admit that he was lying, or at least didn't come through on his promises?
No. I mean, He's trying to end the Russian-Ukrainian war.
Liberal New York Times columnist Ezra Klein writing, "You can dislike much of what Kirk believed, and the following statement is still true. Kirk was practicing politics in exactly the right way. He was showing up to campuses and talking with anyone who would talk to him." The New York Post front page Thursday quoting Kirk, who preached about having reasonable disagreements without resorting to violence. Some of his arguments were, no doubt, extremely polarizing during his life.
A man who calls himself trans is wearing woman face no different than I would wear blackface trying to be a black person.
And after his death.
I'm not going to mince words. I genuinely found some of Charlie Kirk's views to be vile and abhorrent. No one, that doesn't mean you murder someone. I mean, it's horrific.
Exactly. But the results of his efforts were undeniable. He and his Turning Point USA organization were credited with contributing to a historic shift among young voters to the Republican Party last year. Analysis of the 2024 election revealed that voters aged 18 to 29 shifted to Trump by 12 percentage points compared to 2020. A result that Kirk explained to Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom earlier this year.
We believe Democrats were taking them for granted. We saw some of the fault lines there. And to President Trump's credit, he also harmonized with the strategy by going on podcasting and using TikTok. But yeah, I mean, we did it in 4 years.
As for his ultimate legacy, President Trump believes the assassination will make Kirk's voice bigger and grander than ever before. I'm Taylor Murray reporting.